Greetings, MiniIceAge Pioneer Podcast channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today is going to be about the GSM, or Grand Solar Minimum for the actual term, and what it is. Like the first video on my podcast failed horribly, so this video is going to explain more about the history and the effect of the Grand Solar Minimum does to the Earth and to everyone. And let's get on to the video. So what is a solar cycle? We'll start off with that today. So basically a solar cycle is the cycle of the sun's magnetic field that goes through approximately every 11 years. And as you know from 6th grade science or any science, the sun is a glowing ball of electrical charged gases. Hard word to speak. And with those electrical charged gases, you have the high temperatures of the sun, and that causes the gases to move around. But if gases move around constantly, it creates powerful magnetic forces or fields. This is called the solar activity on the sun. And as you can see on our next slide, you'll see the sun and different dates starting at August 11th of 1980 and August 18th of 1989. And so as you can see, the sun has these sunspots on them, and as you go down from August 11th to August 14th of 1984, you see the dramatic drop of sunspots that are active on the sun in this picture. And if you go down to the August 15th of the 1986, that is going to be where your minimum is, because it has 0 to little sunspots and storms active. And then as you can go down, you see it just wakes back up and it gets active and active and active again. And actually on August 18th of 1989, that was actually another maximum. So you have two maximums in the same cycle. Some of these things listed below are going to be the after effect of the sunstorms being active and pushing gas and making pressure. So what could have happened are more sunspots. More sunspots can happen. Solar flares, depending on how big the solar flares are, it could be catastrophic. Or CME, or control mass ejections, and also solar wind. And this is a perfect distinction between the solar minimum and solar maximum. And this is where we're heading to as of 2030. 2030, scientists have predicted that the grand solar minimum will be full effect for cycle 25 at that point. And not only that these cycles affect the Earth, but these Earth also have affected human history as is. And as we keep on reading, you'll see these well-known history dates, and you see these cycles literally happening with each of these events. More common of the American Revolution, the Great French Revolution. Other cycle occurred according to this graph that one of the cycles ended up being in the Cuban Revolution, the Czechoslovakian year of 68, and Polish December of 70, the Solidarity period, and the end of communism. And this picture, the frozen Thames looking eastwards towards Old London Bridge, 1677. Just look at that ice. Like, wow, that has to be cold. And that is very abnormal for England to have that much ice. That is insane. But the thing is, we are coming back to that. Solar cycle number 25, this cycle we're in, is supposed to be not as bad, but it could get catastrophic. Maybe. So, my only thoughts to you are, what are you going to do about this cycle that's going to hit, or that is coming? And what are you going to bring to the table to this new era? Take care now. Have a good day, y'all.